All right.
We are back with another awesome video.
Yeah,
And
Shane's got a great story. We were laughing about it
Fans.
yesterday.
yes, and of course it has to do with Brown again. So anyway, Brown and I used to always go snake hunting when we were kids all the time during the
Wait,
summertime.
so every time an 80s song plays on the radio, it's always like, hey, you remember, oh, you know what this song reminds me of? And I always answer, Snake Hunting with Brown. And he always says, yes. So anyway, so that's how the subject came up.
So Brown and I were always going snake hunting, which is a good thing because when you're like 12, it keeps you out of trouble. You know, I mean, we're not out vandalizing or doing drugs or anything. We're just out looking for snakes in the woods. So that was a good thing. But what we would do is, because we were not that smart and there wasn't much information at the time, is we'd go out snake hunting like in the middle of the day. We thought, oh, the hotter the better. The snakes are going to be out at noon, 1 o'clock, whatever. Which
We found out much later that
yeah, that's not the case. That's the best time to find them in the morning or at night. So anyway, we would walk all the way from like behind my house. We jump the ditch, walk like 2.5 miles over to this wooded area behind the Eckerd Corporation off Bryan Dairy and Starkey in Seminole, Florida. And we go snake hunting for maybe 2-3 hours there. And then we would have to walk 2 miles back in the brutal heat. So we did that, quite a few times. And then finally, I was in the Boy Scouts. Brown wasn't.
Well, wait, hang on. So they were so excited though to walk into like Publix and then buy the pick sodas that were what, 3 for $1?
They were like 33 cents
or
a piece.
every now and then they would be on sale 4 for $1. But anyway, yeah, you were so excited about getting a 33-cent can.
Yeah.
Of whatever.
Well, I would only buy the Pix Cola because it was dirt cheap.
Right.
And it was Publix brand, P-I-X, Pix Cola. And I would usually end up getting like the equivalent 7-Eleven, one of the lemon lime sodas, because I like that the best. And we're drinking them like, off the shelf, lukewarm. They weren't in a cooler or anything. We were just like, so we're just dying of thirst. And we don't buy water. We're not smart enough to do that.
Or take water with you.
Yeah, we don't take any water with us. We're just dying from dehydration. And we just grabbed some sugary carbonated drinks and chug them down.
And then so in this conversation yesterday, I said, well then, what, I'm surprised you didn't think ahead to bring water or something. I mean, you're really good about that.
And I did do that one time. I brought my Boy Scout canteen with me because I was Boy Scout, like I said. Brian was not. I was. So I bring or at least I started to bring my Boy Scout canteen with me.
A little water.
And it said BSA on the side, Boy Scouts of America. I'm all proud of it. And, it's got water, ice cold water, I might add. And as soon as I go walk out the door and Brown sees that, he's like, yeah, what are you doing bringing that, faggot? Oh, how gay, how stupid. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to be beat down for the rest of the day because of my canteen.
It's a great canteen idea.
Yeah. So I would rather be parched and like die of dehydration than have Brown cracking on me about my Boy Scouts of America canteen. So I went ahead and abandoned the idea, and that's how we ended up at Publix of almost dying.
4 hours later.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours later. It was brutal. It was brutally hot. I mean, and back in those days also, this is 1982, 1983. People didn't have bottled water. You didn't. I mean, it was either you're drinking out of the garden hose, which was always good. And we did do that a couple of times walking back. We just walk up to the side of somebody's house and open the spigot up and get water. I mean, back in those days it was normal, and people were like, yeah, whatever. Just make sure you turn it off. But anyway, so a bottle of water wasn't an option or anything.
So the moral to the story is he was more worried about his friend making fun of him instead of making sure he was hydrated.
Right.
So it's funny as kids, what you do or what you don't do because of your, peer pressure.
Yeah.
Being made fun of or being picked on or being called names and so forth. So that's not cool. So.
And normally I could care less about stuff like that. I don't know what it was. I guess it was just this particular incident. He must have cracked on me so hard that I was like, "Ooh, all right, I'm leaving the canteen here."
Right.
So
wasn't there something about he gave you a hard time about you having your brand new shoes?
Oh yeah, that was when we were in 3rd grade.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, something about him.
I lost my shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was a dick. He wouldn't wait for me at the because we'd meet up and ride our bikes to school, and So anyway, I got a brand new pair of these sweet, I don't know what they were, Buster Browns.
Buster Brown shoes.
Yeah, I think they were
Yeah.
Buster Browns.
Yeah.
I didn't remember I got a balloon with it. So you get a balloon with every pair of Buster Brown shoes. and invariably, it ended up floating up into the
Yeah, of
center of
course.
Tyrone Mall.
Yeah.
And there's a whole ton of balloons up there. And then I had to go back and ask for another one. Can I have another balloon? I lost mine. And the guy's like,
we're gonna tie it around
Yeah.
your hand this time.
yeah. All right, kid. I'm tying this to your hand.
All right.
So
you
anyway.
got a brand new pair of shoes. He goes to school, but he doesn't want to ride his bike.
Yeah, I don't want to ride my bike back because it was wet. It had been raining because it's Florida, of
Yeah,
course.
it was raining.
And I was going to end up having to pedal through a bunch of different puddles and just, get my new shoes all dirty. So anyway, we're getting ready to ride back home. We're at the bike rack, and I'm switching shoes. I'm putting my old crappy ones on.
And Brown starts cracking on him.
Yeah, and Brown's like, they're just a pair of shoes. Who cares, man? That's stupid. Just let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I got stuff to do, man.
So
We're
he
in
starts taking
third
off,
grade.
and Shane's in a hurry, and he takes off too. Gets home, and guess what? Mom.
I left my shoes. I left my brand new shoes sitting on a little spot at the bike rack.
Oh.
I was crushed. So I immediately jump on my bike, pedal back up there like 2 miles, and I'm looking all over. No shoes.
Oh,
Shoes
no.
were nowhere. I go into the
Lost and
admin, yeah, and the principal and the teachers were still there, and I told them my story, my plight, and they're like, no, we haven't seen your new shoes.
Oh.
And I'm like,
So
you'd
you
remember them
lost
because
them?
they were awesome.
You lost him?
They're gone. Yeah.
You never got him?
Nope.
Nobody ever turned him
Nobody
in?
ever turned them in, and I would look at kids' shoes for the next 2 years, looking for that pair of shoes, trying to figure out who stole them. Because
I bet they were suede too.
they were sweet brown
How did I know that?
suede. Oh yeah,
Suede was really big in the late 70s, early
they were
80s.
they were awesome. They were in fact they'd probably be in style today.
That would have been in the late 70s, right? Because you said you were in the third grade.
I was in
you'd
third
have
grade,
that
so it
would
was
have been
77.
Yeah,
77.
78, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's great.
So, once again, thanks to Brown, I'm losing, things that are important to me because
Well, you'll
because
point
Brown
out
couldn't
that,
wait.
That picture, though, of all of you guys, and Brown wearing his gear in the
His
picture.
braces, headgear stuff.
In the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So-
love you, Brown.
Yeah, Brown's great. I could tell a million stories. In fact, that's why I actually bought the domain name Snake Hunting with Brown, because sooner or later I'm going to put these stories to cartoons or something and animate them.
Yep.
Because these are stories that are hysterically funny, only because Brown doesn't care about anybody else but himself, and yet we were friends like since second grade,
And they're still friends.
and we're still friends,
Yeah.
and we're 50,
Yeah.
and so anyway, it's been great because we live right down the street from each other, like 5 houses apart. His parents were super cool. They're like
Yeah.
the only parents I know that are still married, besides your parents.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
Yeah, I met them too.
Yeah, they're super nice people.
Yeah,
So-
and he sat on your breakout.
Yeah.
Brown's dad.
Yeah,
That was funny.
yeah. Tom Senior's like, yeah, that's what a motorcycle's all about. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, Tom Senior.
Yeah.
So respect. So anyway, yeah, I don't know where Brown came from because his parents are really cool, but it is what it is.
Oh, you'll have to tell the other story about Dahmer.
Oh, Dahmer Dan, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we'll do
we'll
another.
save that for another time.
Yeah, we'll do another video clip on Brown and his mom calling him Dahmer Dan. Oh, and him demanding Domino's pizza all the time. Those are hysterical stories. So anyway, we're done with this one for now.
Yep.
So
Got it.
fortunately, I have my bottle of water. I'm not parched anymore.
Right.
Mm.
All right.
So all right, you all have a good evening. We'll talk to you later.